What's up, y'all? New intro. Welcome back to Trailer Talk Live, where we talk the latest movie news. What's going on, Steph? How's your week been?
Hello, I am so excited. We're finally a few weeks away before Halloween, I believe 2 weeks, which I have been very excited about. So I can't wait, and I'm excited to see what we have today. How about you, Leo? How are you feeling?
Oh, man. I'm feeling good. I've been reviewing horror movies all month, so I am in the mood for Halloween. Let me tell you, like, I've gone through Halloween, the 1978 original, all kinds of stuff. I mean, It Follows recently, House, Hereditary. Like, I've just been down the rabbit hole of horror, so feeling good, that's for sure.
The good stuff, the good scary stuff that I haven't seen, by the way.
Right? Oh, man. Christian was saying hello, Steph.
Hello, Kristen.
And this soundtrack sounds like an opening crawl for a James Bond movie. Hell yeah. Billy's favorite time of the year, Halloween. That makes two of us, my friend. I love Halloween.
It's so fun.
So, Steph, I want to start us off with some crazy breaking news. I mean, I think it happened like an hour before we even came on. Soul is exclusively releasing to Disney Plus. And I'm a little bit in the middle about it, but I'm going to go to you first. What do you think? It's coming out December 25th, and it will be exclusively on Disney Plus, and it's only going to be on Disney Plus, and they're not charging for it. So it's free to subscribers. What are your thoughts about this? Because like I said, I'm in the middle, but I want to hear from you first.
Just saw this a few hours ago, like an hour ago, like you said, and I think it's the right decision, specifically because of where we are right now with movie theaters. And I believe the release date is a great release date because it's Christmas and it's the time where you're with your family and you're home. And I believe it's a great time to just share a family movie together. So I think it's all right. I would have loved to have seen it in a movie theater, of course, because you can't compare the experiences. But I think it's a smart way to go.
Yeah, for sure. And, that's where half of me is. I'm like, look, it's the climate. It's totally a great movie for Christmas, I think. I mean, it's got great music. It's got a great cast. And Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey, they're going to play off of each other incredibly well. And Pixar just always does a great job anyway. The only reason I'm mixed about it is because I'm like, all right, this is extravagant for Pixar, and the fact that it is the first Black Pixar lead. Would have loved to see that in theaters. Would have loved to have it hyped up and been released in theaters. But like I said, I do know that it is the climate. It's kind of weird that they didn't go the paid route this time like they went with Mulan. But I kind of think it's like a Merry Christmas, guys. Like, it's for free. But at the same time, I'm like, man, it's the first Black lead. I actually would have preferred for Black Widow to come out on the 25th and then Soul to come out next year during that delay. But I understand. I know that Soul is a cheaper movie. I know that Soul around Christmas time is going to feel a lot more Christmassy. But I don't know. Part of me is also like, hey man, like, come on, do my boy Jamie a little bit better than that. Delay it, but at the same time, not mad, just in between.
I can understand that point because it's the same thing that happened with Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
The first, Asian cast, big blockbuster coming out, and it had to be on VOD, and then you had to pay for it. So maybe, like you said, it's their Christmas present for us. So I'm just excited. Like Ryan is saying, that Soul is coming out soon this year. It's going to be a great way to finish this horrendous year.
Amen. It'll be like the soulful present to the end of the year, because
hopefully a positive 2021 is near.
Hopefully so, because man, we've been through a lot this year. I feel like a lot is an understatement. So my goodness. He was saying they can always release it. That's true. That's actually a really good point. They could always do a re-release and do a big ramp up, or they could just re-release it and say, hey, come watch it in theaters. I'll probably be there to watch it in theaters if they do a re-release. Like, let's be real. I like that Soul will be free and I won't have to pay money. That's a nice luxury. I mean, the Mulan thing didn't really work out. A lot of people told me that they watched Mulan for free online. So anytime something is released straight to Disney Plus, it's going to get ripped, like, and put online somewhere else.
And I'm also excited because by then Mexico will have Disney Plus. so I'm going to be able to watch it.
When is that coming out in Mexico?
November 17th.
Ooh.
So in about a month or so.
You will be just in time for that. A little bit after The Mandalorian, but you'll be right on time for Soul.
Yes, I'm excited.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, I can't wait for this movie. Like the music is like the part that I'm just like, oh, I can't wait. Jazz. It feels so soulful. It just looks good. It looks so
and also,
magical.
It's Disney Pixar. Their movies are always very amazing. I'm always amazed by the animation, the story, and it always touches a deep part of my heart. So I can't wait to see how this does that.
It's always like super like cheerful and emotional and written so well and animated so well. Like it's just beautifully done. Beautifully.
I'm sure we're in for a great Christmas treat.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Got a couple people joining. What up, Perp? And what's going on, Real James? First time in. What up, bro?
Hello.
All right, Steph. You ready to check out Selena, that teaser? Y'all, spoiler alert, Steph has already checked out the teaser.
Yes. But I can watch it again because I love it.
Yeah, it looks really good. All right, let me get this pulled up. This is always like the hardest part, y'all. I promise. I try my hardest to be quick about this part, but even with all the windows up, it still takes a minute. All right. All right, guys, let's check it out.
I love the monochrome of it all.
Yes.
Oh, it's in like black and white. Like that decision.
It's all gonna pay off. Just watch.
When I see
Ooh.
you on that stage, I still see the 6-year-old girl singing in our backyard.
Okay. Damn, she looks so much like her. What the hell? She looks like her twin almost.
And it's so short, but it makes me very excited because I'm a huge Selena fan. She died in 95 and I was born 92, so I was 3 years old when she passed away. But her music has always been part of my life. And I just love her everything, how she was with her fans, her personality, her music. I think her memory lives on. You know, it's been 25 years since she passed, but everyone is still so mesmerized by her and everything she did.
Yeah, I mean, it's just her memory lives on incredibly. Who is the girl that plays Selena? I forgot her name.
It's Kristen Serratos.
Serratos.
The Walking Dead.
Yep, she's from The
And
Walking
Twilight.
Dead.
And
Yep.
Twilight as well.
You know what's weird is I know her from this small show. I don't know if you or anybody in the comments knows of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. It was
Yeah.
on Nickelodeon. Yeah, I know her from that. I'm like, that's Susie Crabtree or Crabgrass or something. But yeah, she's come a long way since then. Like you said, she's been on The Walking Dead. I didn't see her in much else though. I know she's on The Walking Dead and one other thing, but I haven't seen too much of her. I just know she's come a long way since Ned's Declassified. And this could be her breakout role, maybe.
Yes, I think that's going to be the case because, you know, Selena is so huge. She's a legend and everybody knows about her. And I'm pretty sure they're going to explore her life plus her music career even further than the J-Lo movie because you have a series, so you have more time to develop it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just excited to learn more about her life.
Which I will say that J-Lo movie was so good. But what's nice about this is it's not just a generic remake. It's gonna, like you were saying, dive into details with more time.
Yes, and like they said as well, they're gonna reintroduce this legend, this icon for a new generation that may not know about her. But they'll learn about her and they'll see how great of a person and a musician she was.
Yeah, I mean, she was just extremely talented, died at 23,
23.
correct?
Yes.
And it's like, geez, to be so talented at such a young age and be able to just like put on a hell of a show. I mean, all those people that were there to see her, like, geez, and you listen to her music and you're just like, this is extraordinary talent. Like, this is virtuosic, in my opinion.
Yes. And also very sad and tragic how she passed, because it was from one of her closest friends and one of her fan club presidents. So
Yeah.
somebody that she trusted.
Like, that's really sad. I kind of hope they do the Bohemian Rhapsody thing and just don't even show, just like maybe even an outro card. Because I don't know. Something about showing it, in my opinion, is just like, maybe not. Maybe like a tribute at the end would be nice, I think.
Yeah. Sort of like what the movie did.
Yes.
It only shows her in the ambulance and stuff, but then you see a rose falling, and you automatically think like, okay, so that happened.
Exactly. We don't need to see depict anything like that, I don't think.
Yes, but she was so young, so talented, and like I said, she lives on, and she will live on forever.
I agree. And that's the thing is that, man, I mean, we're looking at, when did the J-Lo one come out? What? 97? Oh, man. This is so long later, but the legend still lives on. And, you know, it's going to introduce to a new generation of fans Selena. You know, the Gen Z especially is going to really kind of put them in Selena's life and let them see what she went through. So it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to check it out.
It's also produced by their family. So they have like an inside story, a version that we may not know, that they're putting into the story.
And see, that's what I'm always like weird about with these is like, all right, how much did the family get involved? Because White Boy Rick, his sister actually came out and was like, nobody paid me, nobody contacted me. That's not how my dad was. That's not how I was. So it's like things can get really sticky with that. And I know the family of the character in Green Book that is portrayed by Mahershala Ali came out and said that's not quite accurate either. So it's nice to hear that her family is involved. Like, that's really good to hear.
Yes, and fun fact, I always use one of her songs as my go-to karaoke song. Like every single time somebody asks me to sing, I sing one of her songs because I just love them so much.
What song? What song?
I do, it's Una Vez.
Oh,
Una Vez and Como la Flor as well.
All right, I'll have to check them out. You know, I will admit, I don't know Selena's discography off the top of my head, but when I hear a song, I'm like, I know that's Selena.
Yes, and such feel good music.
Yeah, super feel good. Yeah, it is a series, Ryan's channel. Real James is saying it's a great casting. Perp didn't like it. Understood. Like, I like how that she looks exactly like her. Like, the fact that she looks like her is kind of scary almost. Like, dang, y'all, is that Selena? Oh, man, that J-Lo movie was excellent. Agreed. Christian was saying Bohemian was the last biopic movie I saw, and I hated it. You know, I didn't love it, but I didn't quite hate it. The last one I saw was Rocket Man, and I really, really liked Rocket Man.
Yes. It was spectacular.
Yeah, it was. What I really liked about Rocket Man was that it actually dived into all aspects of his life, including the good and the bad. So some of the, you know, drug struggles and the struggles he had being homosexual in a time like that. That was really meaningful. I think Bohemian Rhapsody, in my opinion, kind of danced over that and kind of like showed the best moments of Freddie's life. And I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time, it just didn't feel like it was hitting all the corners, in my opinion. Didn't feel like enough. Yeah, Real James says the same exact thing. Completely agree, man. Completely agree. Uh-oh, Billy likes when you speak Spanish, Steph. She's good at it. Far better than I'll ever be. But can she act like her? That's the question. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait till December. It's not that far away, so...
Do you know who Shakira Barrera is? I'm not sure who that is, but that's Perp's nomination for the choice. I'm gonna look her up, Pert, just so we can see. Rocket Man was such a massive step up from Bohemian. Yes, it was. It hit all the right beats in my opinion, and Bohemian is also, I don't know how it won Best Editing, guys. An Oscar for Best Editing. And Steph, as an editor, I was like, man, this is really choppy. It was like there was a scene where they were all sitting at a table. And it goes from every band member extremely choppily, and like even when they're not talking, it'll cut to somebody and they're like, and I'm like, why are you getting reaction shots when Freddie is talking right now? I don't know. It was just really.
That's when they were talking to their manager, right? About touring or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a weird montage where it showed a lot of concerts and then the city names. On that regard, I think Rocket Man did a great job there because the musical numbers are so they're part of the story, but they don't take you away from the story.
Yeah. They add to the story. Because it was like when Saturday Night came on, it was like, okay, like he's like younger. This is like his peak. He's like getting out and dancing. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. But it would be weird if they just did the song and then cut to it and had a montage continue like Bohemian Rhapsody kind of did.
Yeah.
Rocket Man over Bohemian. I think we all agree. All right. Shall we move into our next topic? Let's talk about this, Steph.
Kristen wants to learn some curse words in Spanish.
Oh, man. There's a lot. And they sound a lot more elegant than they do in English. I'll just say that.
Especially when you shout them out together, like 5 at a time.
Oh, Steph. Look at you. You got experience doing that, huh?
Yeah, especially when I'm driving and somebody goes in my lane without the...
Oh, Steph.
Yeah, I forgot the blinker.
Yep.
La direccional.
Man, I don't blame you, shit. You would hate driving here then, because that is a very common thing here, unfortunately.
I'm trying to control myself, so...
You know what?
Yeah.
I commend you for that, because a lot of the time I don't. Oh, man. Oh, Film Geeks, what's going on, man? He said, Steph got the road rage. Same, girl.
Sometimes.
And y'all, if you haven't yet, definitely go check out Film Geeks. My boy Trevor here does some amazing Blu-ray finds. Man, I've been loving going on a journey with you, brother, on your Blu-ray explorations. So keep it up, Film Geeks. And you do really good ranking videos as well. Like, the editing is just on par, my guy. Same with you, Real James. Your editing is just amazing, man. So keep it up, guys. Really, really good content from both Real James and Film Geeks. Go check them out. All right. Steph, we've gotten to my favorite topic of the night. Doctor Strange is now in Spider-Man 3. So, multiverse, yes. You think we got a Spider-Verse coming? You think we'll see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire? What do you think?
Of course. I don't think that's a question now. We are getting a lot of confirmations from different characters that are coming back, so it's a no-brainer, I believe. And I think they're going big for this. So they are going to surprise us for sure. I can't wait to see where this is going because everything is connected.
Are you hyped?
Yes, of course. I'm very excited. Especially like we were talking about last week, the Disney Plus shows and how they will combine with the MCU and everything that's going on. So I'm just excited to experience it all.
I'm going to be Mr. Debbie Downer, y'all, and I apologize.
You're not excited?
Well, I'm in the middle. And you know what? Real James, you actually released your video. I watched it, and we have the exact same opinion. I love the idea of the Spider-Verse. I love the idea of the multiverse. And I like the idea of Doctor Strange being in the movie. The problem I have was the way that the THR article worded it. And maybe this isn't the case. But they said that he's going to be in a mentor role for Peter. And I'm like, okay, give Tom Holland the spotlight. Like, let this be Tom Holland's, like, time to shine. Because we got a glimpse of that in Homecoming. And we even got a piece of it in Far From Home towards the last I would say the last act of both of those movies really just puts Tom Holland in the front seat, allows his Spider-Man to make the decisions. But man, I want this to be all Tom Holland. Like I kind of wanted this to be like I'm Spider-Man now. But it's cool to have him, like it'll be cool to have him possibly on the run and then maybe bump into Strange. But I feel a little weird with him being a mentor again, because we had that with Iron Man. I kind of feel like, well, he doesn't need a mentor anymore, you know? He took out Mysterio by himself. I don't think he really needs a mentor.
Yeah, and I think by this time, he has gone through so many things already that he's ready to do it himself. I had no idea that he was going to play a sort of mentor to Spidey, but I think I'm there with you, with this being just him being Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you know what I loved about the Tobey Maguire first two movies? I'll admit I'm not a big fan of the Amazing movies, but the first two Spider-Man movies and even the Amazing films focus on Spider-Man and his growth and how he becomes, you know, a hero on the streets. And that's kind of where I want Holland's Spider-Man to go, because we see at the end of Homecoming, Tony offers him a spot on the Avengers, like, kid, you're ready, you're there. And he's like, you know what? I'm a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's it. Like I protect my city. That's it. We're done. And then it never really went there. It was like, all right, Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, even Far From Home has Jake Gyllenhaal in a pretty prominent role. So it's like, give our boy Holland some spotlight, y'all. Like no tech, no Stark stuff, just Holland.
Just him. Yeah.
So that's my only thoughts. But I am excited. I'm very hyped for a Spider-Verse. Very hyped. But that's my only thing is just let our boy Peter be in the spotlight.
Yes, and talking about that, I saw a tweet Vincent D'Onofrio about Kingpin. Maybe like he's interested in showing. That's not confirmed, of course, but he's showing interest in being in the movies. And I love his Kingpin in Daredevil. So I think that's one of the greatest. If they do that, I think that's going to be one of the greatest choices they could ever do, because he's just amazing in the role.
Oh my God. Like I'm sitting here trying to contain myself right now. If we get Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin and we also get Daredevil.
I know.
I will be so hyped. I will personally write a letter to Marvel, and I'll film it, guys. I will personally write a letter thanking them for saving Daredevil in some kind of capacity. Oh my God. They need to finish Daredevil.
Yes, I think that would be one of the greatest choices because, well, to me personally, that's one of my favorite shows. I adored every single episode and the character development and everything that went into it. So I would love to see them both come back.
Steph, we wholeheartedly agree there. I loved Daredevil. I even liked Punisher more in Daredevil than I liked him in his own series. Now, don't get me wrong, I liked the first season and the second season of Punisher, but he was just amazing in Daredevil season 2. Like, him versus Kingpin in that prison, and just the way he's just so ferocious, and, you know, he gives Daredevil a run for his money early on in the season. It's just, he's on another level in that Daredevil series. I loved him in that series, and they could use one more season. Like, give us just one more.
Yeah, and it would be so cool if they weaved that show into the cinematic universe as well. Now that they're doing Disney Plus, like they totally have the route to make it happen.
Yeah, they have the resources, you know, they have the platforms to do it, and I would love if they brought it back. I mean, Charlie Cox is such a fantastic Daredevil. He actually wore glasses that kind of blinded him a little bit just so he could be more blind in the role, and man, it's like going that extra level as an actor means everything to the role. And he just established Daredevil in such a fantastic and phenomenal way where, you know, you've got this kind of dual personality going on a little bit where he's struggling between the two. Do I stay Daredevil? Do I go back to being Matt Murdock? Like, it's just the way he plays on that dual role is fantastic. He's a great actor in that role.
Yes, I would be so happy, just like you, watching him again.
One more season. Ryan was saying, didn't we already have a mentor with Stark? Exactly. Christian had a really interesting comment here. How many mentors and father figures does Spidey need? First is Uncle Ben, then Tony, then Happy, and now Strange.
Yeah, good point.
Exactly. I mean, it's just kind of like, it seems like it's been every single movie there's somebody new, and then even in Infinity War, he gets inducted into the Avengers by Tony Stark, and guess who's there? Doctor Strange. So it's just like, give my boy Spidey a moment, y'all. It's his movie. Let him have a moment.
And like you said, he's already been through so many things that I believe that he's ready now. And he's always been.
He's got the experience, he's got the talent, the experience now. He let him go be Spider-Man, y'all. Let him go. It'd be cool for Strange to help Peter seek refuge, though. See, and a cameo and helping and things like that would be really cool. Even launching him through multiple universes would be awesome. But the mentor-mentee role, little too much. Please have Kingpin.
Yes.
Give us Kingpin. Give us Daredevil. Hey, got a compliment, Steph. I know, she always looks cute. Let's see. Sly, what up, bro? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hello.
Oh, and Deborah Ann Wall.
She's amazing. I love her acting. I think she's one of the best characters in the series.
I agree. Karen Page, she just knows how to like really heighten her emotions in like such a way that is A, incredibly believable, and B, just kind of puts some fear and anxiety into you. And, it keeps you really boiled into the show. And I did not know she was married to an actual blind man. I didn't know that. That's cool. It's got to the point where Peter had to mentor Miles. For real, I mean, we got Spider-Verse. Can we just get... But, Steph, do you want Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to come back?
I think it'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I did enjoy their own versions of Spider-Man. I think, my favorite is Tom Holland. But I enjoyed their version of the character. So having them back, I think, would be a great way to make every Spidey fan out there happy, because you're getting the 3 live-action versions that we've gotten so far. So I think everybody would be very excited for it.
I'll admit, I will lose my ever-loving mind. We definitely already got Jamie Foxx back as Electro, but he's not blue this time. He confirmed, so... Whew. But man... I don't like Andrew Garfield, but if you put him with Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland's version, bring him back. I'm down.
Now, I have a question for you and you guys. Do you think it would have been more surprising and more fun to have all of this under wraps and not say anything until we got the film? I think that would have been way better and everybody would have been just blown away.
I think where it cut off for me, I think they should have cut off was Jamie Foxx. Boom, he's coming back. We got Electro back. Cut the rest.
Yeah, because now we're expecting to see everyone in this film. So when they show up, you're going to be like, oh, okay.
Right. I knew they were coming back. That's an excellent question, Steph. I definitely, I think that they could have just hit Jamie Foxx, and then there's also rumors that Kristen Dunst is coming back and Dane DeHaan, and I'm like, uh-oh. The rabbit hole has opened up, folks. Good night, James. Thanks for coming out, man.
Bye, James.
See you later. Oh, man. Yeah, see, they should have cut it off. That would have been it. Andy agrees.
Yeah.
It just, the spoilers have opened all the way up. That's for sure.
Yes, and you're hyped and excited for it because you know the news, but you're expecting it already. So it's like, okay.
Exactly. You already know what's coming. So if it happens in the movie, you're like, yes, but at the same time, you knew.
Yeah. It's sort of like faking being surprised at a gift that you already know what it is. So it's like, oh, that's awesome, but you already knew. So it's not the same level of surprise.
Right. It's like, yay! But deep down on the inside, you're like, all right, Steph, I'm going to let you choose between our last one. Do you want to talk about Mank and play that trailer, or do you want to talk about the Batman and the delays in the DC universe?
I think. What do you want to talk about?
No,
I
no,
think
I'm gonna let you decide.
the Batman news. I think
Let's talk
sounds
about that.
exciting.
Let's talk about it. So, the Batman, for those who didn't know, has been delayed to 2022, folks. We were going to get it in 2021, and now it has been pushed back, pushing the entire chain of the DC extended universe back. So that moves every single movie that was on that schedule back one slot or possibly a few slots. Black Adam doesn't even have a date anymore. Wonder Woman 1984 still on track for December for now. I don't know, folks. I don't foresee that happening. But the Suicide Squad, I think August 6th is the same date, but the Batman has been moved to March 4th, 2022. The Flash has been moved to November 4th, 2022. Aquaman has been moved to December 16th, 2022. Shazam! The Fury of the Gods has been moved to June 2nd, 2023. So the entire DC extended universe has been moved back, folks. And, you know, it would have been cool to maybe move one back, but dang, the whole chain? What do you think, Steph?
I first want to know what happened. I believe Robert was positive for coronavirus. That's over, right? Because he came back.
Yeah, he's good. He's been cleared.
Okay, so that was one thing that everybody was talking about. It makes sense for them to move every single film, especially because I think Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins said something about they're still going for the theater experience for everyone, because there was a rumor that they were doing it streaming. But I think it makes sense for them if they want to make sure that all of these movies are going to be seen where they're supposed to be seen, the movie theater. I'm just excited that we're getting this line of movies because every single one of them I'm excited about.
Amen. I can't wait for every single one.
Like I can't choose.
Right? For me, it's Wonder Woman 84 for now and the Batman. Those are the two I'm just like, yes! Come out today!
Suicide Squad, the behind-the-scenes teaser or the trailer, that was amazing. I cannot wait to see that. And then Shazam, Black Adams as well. The concept art looks great. So you have all of these different toned films that are coming. So I'm excited.
I know it's going to be hopefully a different tone every single film. And, you know, Black Adam doesn't have a release date anymore. That's a little bit of a bummer blast, but I'm sure they'll put it right back on the slate. Everybody's like, it's not going to happen ever. And I'm like, well, hold on. It'll happen, folks. Now, speaking of Wonder Woman 84, what if, due to the Soul decision, Warner Bros. Decided, let's drop Wonder Woman on HBO Max? I know I'm reaching, but what do you think about that decision? Do you think it could be a possibility, or am I just reaching right now? Am I just hopeful?
I think they're still going for the theatrical experience just because it's a big blockbuster, but how far can they extend it? You know, how many more months can you go without showing the film?
Right. How far can they stretch it?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to say, okay, February, and now we got to push everything back, guys? Like, it's like, okay, but this happening now opens the floor to the Snyder Cut. It opens up the floor to say, okay, the Snyder Cut is coming to HBO Max in June-ish. Y'all let me know. I don't know the exact date, but that opens up the entire 2021 slate for them. If they keep Wonder Woman at the 25th, it's the year of the Snyder Cut, baby. And it wouldn't be a bad idea for them.
Yeah. Especially because they have this huge fan base that is waiting for both. So it's a hit. Like, you can't miss with that.
Yeah. I mean, anywhere they go, really, it's going to be a win for them. Oh, what's going on? Juice Talkies. Thanks for coming out, guys. Be sure to check out his channel. Great personality, and he does skits too. Had an amazing with the Jamie Foxx movie, the Jamie Foxx superhero movie. He had a great skit in the middle of his review there. But thanks for coming out. Huge bummer because that was my most anticipated movie of 2021. Yeah, the Batman would have been so cool. But it would have kind of possibly overshadowed that Snyder cut. If the Zack Snyder's Justice League is not as good and the Batman was just bombastically amazing, then it probably would have buried the Snyder cut a little bit, admittedly. And I think it was coming out pretty close together.
Yeah.
Oh, man, people are really hurt. Sly said the delay really hurt me. After seeing that amazing trailer and hearing about the news of the movie being delayed. Oh, man. I understand, brother. I completely understand. Did Black Adam ever have a release date? I think it did. Like, it was like late. It was like after Shazam in 2023, I want to say.
Just a year, right? Yeah.
Like,
I believe.
After it. So it was like, all right, you have Shazam, and then you get that not too far after. Too bad. I'm sure it'll come out in 2024. AKA never.
Plus, The Rock has been behind this project for so long. I'm sure we're going to get it at some point.
Right. At some point we'll get it. Finally. I feel bad for saying this, and there certainly are some movies meant to be in theaters, but I find myself angry 80% of the time with people on their phones full brightness and talking. Oh, man.
My man, I'm just like you. I hate it when I go to the movie theater and there's people talking as if it were a cafe, or if they're on their phones or doing something else. Like, I mean, you go to the movie theater to watch a movie, not to talk or to be doing something else. That's just my opinion.
Steph, that was probably the most hilarious response I've ever heard from you.
It's definitely one of my pet peeves for sure. Like, I love going in and then just losing myself in the film. No distractions, just going in.
Have you ever gone in with a friend who just is a chattermouth?
Yes, and I'm always, I think it was my cousin or my sister. They were currently asking me what was going on, and I'm like, I kept turning like, shh, don't talk.
Oh my God, RubeTube, thank you so much, man. Thanks for that super chat. Thank you. Thanks for dropping through, and thanks for donating to the channel. Thank you, man. Highly appreciate that. But I agree, Steph. Do not effing talk. Don't open your mouth. I want to sit there and watch the movie. I'm here to study the cinematography, the acting, the script. I want to study. Leave me alone.
I think the only time I've been to the movie theater where everybody was quiet was A Quiet Place. Not even drinking or eating anything. Everybody was silent. And that was one of my best experiences at the movie theater.
Same. So, okay, quick story. I went to A Quiet Place, hadn't eaten all day because I was working and I just didn't have the chance to grab a little something to eat. So I grabbed something at the theater, which I very rarely do, but I got a sandwich and some chips. And I get into the theater to sit down with a couple of friends. We're bumping into a couple of people, but finally take my seat. I'm opening up a bag of chips. Right after I open, the movie starts, and it's just super quiet. I'm like, my hand is like stuck in the bag of chips. Like, I already reached in and tried to get some chips, and I'm like, well, shit, I can't make a noise. So, I was just like literally stuck there for like 5 minutes until the toys started going on. My hand was like stuck in a bag of chips. Oh my goodness. Being rude during films lead to violence. Oh no. I dealt with too many people like that. I see you put in the grind. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you so much, RubeTube. That really means like the world to me, bro. I love talking about this stuff. I'm very passionate about it, and I love talking with Steph about it. The only person who doesn't like the crowd cheering like in Avengers. I don't mind Avengers. I don't mind that. All right, guys, we probably better start wrapping this up, but thank you all so much for coming through this week. I just have one quick announcement. If you're around on Saturday and Sunday, come on over to the Geekly Goods YouTube channel. We are doing a horror movie draft, guys, and I'll be hosting Sunday night, so come on through both Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. ET. We got 2 groups of 10, so 20 people putting together a list of 5 different horror movies to go head-to-head on Twitter, and guess what? You will determine the winners. So come on through, guys. That's this Saturday at 8 p.m. ET and this Sunday at 8 p.m. ET. Come on back, y'all, and we will see you next time.